All right, so it's been quite a while since I think I've updated everybody out there in the YouTube rank and file on what's been going on, and I thought it was about time to do such. My Patreons have been kind of following along. I've been making sure and keeping them posted, but I hadn't let all you guys out there know exactly what all the details are. Normally by the time I make a video for all of you guys, there's stuff set in stone. I try not to pontificate or prognosticate about what's going on or what's going to happen. By the time it gets to YouTube, it's usually dyed in the wool. But there's been so much going on, I kind of felt like that I needed to give you guys an update. So this is going to be a little bit of a longer video. If you don't have a lot of time, here's a short version. One, my mother is cancer-free. As you can imagine, that's been a huge weight off the shoulders on that end of it. So that's done. The contract I did for the latest movie is done, and I'm sitting pretty on the finance end of it and have got some time to do some fun things. Three, I was possibly going to go shoot a television or help start shooting a television show, doing some sizzle reels for a fella, but doesn't look like that's going to happen now. That was the trip to Kentucky. But as a direct result of that, it looks like I am going to be shooting the sizzle reel for Black Iron. There's the short version. So that's all you need to know. So if you're just looking to catch up real quick, there you go. Have a great day. Check you later. For those of you looking for more detail, here's the overall deal. There's a fellow that's been real good to me that was interested in shooting a television show about his particular story and wanted me to come up and kind of advise on it. Got flown up. It was a really cool deal. I had never been to Kentucky, but I got a chance to go up there and visit some people. Had a couple meetings. And once everything got hashed out, like I said, I think the timing just wasn't right. Now, the aggravation in all this is the fact that you guys know, I mean, my God, if you've been with this channel for any number of time, we've been chasing Black Iron, we've been hunting it down, just never seemed to materialize, and in this particular case, had a guy, this was going to be the vehicle for me to finally have that opportunity. And didn't work out, like so many things. Nobody's fault. Timing wasn't good, et cetera, et cetera. But I kind of took it hard, not because of anything this gentleman did, but simply because I have been chasing this for so long, and to have yet another opportunity not work out was a little difficult to swallow. And that's on me. That's completely a me thing. So after having just gotten done with the contract, I've got a little bit of money in my pocket, and I finally said to myself, I've been after this damn thing forever, and I've got an inside track to put it in front of the right people, at least one opportunity, and I'm like, screw it. I've got time. I'm going to come with the money out of my own pocket, and we're going to do the commercial or the quote-unquote sizzle reel for the show, and then we're going to fish it out there. So here's the thing. This is how a lot of people don't understand how TV works, right? So there are 1,000 jackasses out there that have great ideas for television, right? But a great idea gets you nowhere because what's it worth? It's not really worth anything. The meat, the work of a show comes in the who's going to pay for it, right? So let's go to some historical channel, right? And you say, hey, I've got a great idea, and I want to get it on the History Channel. Good luck, because you'll never know who the actual right person to talk to is, because that's not how it works. What they do is they have a lot of people in there that are supposed to be idea people, and they come up with an idea. And this has always been the funny thing. It's usually people that are born in the city that are very wealthy by comparison, trying to make shows about people that are very poor that live in the country. And they say, I've got a great show. And then they try to shoehorn something into that. And that's when they go out and they find people to be a part of it, and they go from there. But they've already got a narrative, right? Most of you know this, like Backstreet Boys, NSYNC. These weren't bands, right? What happened is that somebody said, hey, I want to make some money with a boy band. And they sent a call out and literally had people audition to be a member of the band. This wasn't 5 guys in a garage and say, hey, we really should do this. No, there was mega money backing it, and they interview people to come work for them. Okay. So a lot of people have the idea of, hey, like Mike Rowe. Now, Mike Rowe is a bit of an exception on that end of it, but for the most part, you don't break into TV, right? Unless you get like hired for a job. Now, all of you know that I had a couple of big channels that came down here and shot sizzle reels with me, right, for shows. But here's the deal. It wasn't that I had a great idea. It was that they were trying to find a host for this particular concept. They had a concept for the show already, and they were basically interviewing me for the job of being the host, right? So when you do your show, you're just the guy they paid to host everything. Even when we did Master of Arms, understand that the janitor to clean the set is a lot like the guys that they pay to host it. There's a difference in salary, of course, but you are just the people they hired to do this particular job. It's not your show. You get to be kind of a figurehead, but you're on payroll just like anybody else. It's not your show, okay? So that's how the TV thing works. So the thing is that even if I've got a great idea like Black Iron, that's worth bunk, because nobody in the industry knows me. And a lot of the times movies and shows get made because you're at the right party and you're hooked up with the right person. That's it. It's not that you're a great person or that you have great ideas. It's just you happen to be around the person that has access to resources. And that's unfortunate. That's unfair. But apparently that's how a lot of life works. But I've got a bit of an inside track to put it in front of some people that seem to be good folks and understand what I'm trying to do. But I've got to have something to put in there. I've got to put some skin in the game. So that's where coming up with the idea for Black Iron and actually getting some footage comes in, because once I have the quote-unquote sizzle reel, which is usually like a 30-second commercial for the show, and then basically an episode crammed into 3 minutes. So somebody that's important can actually look at it and say, hey, we like this, hey, we don't like this. That's the item that you have to shop. Imagine it's your brochure, right? And that's something that you can hand to somebody and say, hey, we've done the legwork on this. We've got it fleshed out. Here's what we're looking to do. Okay, that's where we are. But I actually had a chance to talk with Mr. Keith Rucker. If you guys don't know who Keith Rucker is, you need to check out his channel. He does vintage machinery on YouTube. He's down at the Tifton Agorama in Georgia. Does a lot of machine work, a lot of restoration work. Got a good, excellent, solid channel. And, folks just don't realize what goes into producing just, like a crappy video like this, where I'm just sitting in front of a camera talking into a microphone. When you get out there in the shop and you have to move cameras and then edit, whoa, it is a huge investment in time. And the fact is you only have so many hours in the day. So that's kind of where we're at. But because of my last contract, I am literally going off the reservation, coming with money out of my own pocket to make this happen. So here's what's going down. Other announcement is that I will be attending the International Blade Show in 2 weeks in Atlanta, Georgia. I'll be on the floor. So if you guys are around and happen to be in Atlanta and want to go to the Blade Show, I'll be around. And when I get done with the Blade Show, I'm bringing a friend of mine back with me to come down here, and I'm going to use his help, his incredibly helpfulness, to actually shoot the pilot for Black Iron, or at least the sizzle reel, what we'll cut into it. Hopefully we're going to get enough footage to actually do a whole show that I'll be able to release to you guys. It's a big deal. It's going to take up about 2 weeks of my time to get 1 3-minute clip that's going to be ready for, and it's going to cost, I think I'm looking at $4,000 or $5,000 to actually get this done, between bringing somebody down here, paying food, just, house somebody, feed somebody, put a little money in their pocket. And that's building on the equipment that, I've already got. So, these things are not cheap to do. But, I have been bitching about this for how many years now? And so, you always hope that it's going to be that lottery ticket, right? That something's going to happen and you're going to, wake up one day and somebody says, hey, man, we want you to do a show. Here's a budget and just run with it. Not going to happen for me. I really like to imagine that it would, but it's not. So we're going to have to do it the hard way. And I'm tired of complaining about it. And I kind of have a rule. I've broken it a bit, but I'm slow. If you bitch about something more than twice, either do something about it or shut the hell up. And I don't want to shut the hell up. I got a lot to say. I like to talk. So I'm doing something about it. So that's where we are with that. That's going to be the big news. And I've got a new apprentice that's going to be coming down this weekend. In fact, just in a day or two. That's going to be with me at least for a month or two during the summer. We're going to try to get some stuff finished up here, and we're already into the heat here in Georgia. So classes are still a thing, but we've still got work left to do on the house. So there's a lot of loose ends to tie up, but the important thing right now is going to be the show. So that's where everything's at. That's why I've been so particularly quiet, because to write a script, or write out 12 episodes is you wouldn't think, and I think back to college, when you do a term paper, maybe 20 pages, right? And you've got like all semester to do it, and everybody does it the last day, right? But it's like when you sit down to actually do it, it's a week's worth of work just to write the damn thing, right? And it's the same way with these scripts. It is so mind-numbingly tedious to get this stuff worked out. And that's just to get the initial draft, which, always changes. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of mental capital. It's a lot of effort. And I will tell you, I feel more wiped out at the end of the day of sitting behind the computer screen here and writing things up and having to think about where we're going and what's next than I do when I've been out in the shop hammering all day. I mean, I really do. So that is the story. That is where we are at, and I'm going to try to keep everybody posted. Now, again, there's a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff that I cannot post, don't need to post here on YouTube proper. If you're a Patreon, it's $1. If you're a Patreon, you'll get all the behind-the-scenes stuff. I'm not doing this to kind of to huck anything to anybody. The fact is that, again, I just can't put everything out to YouTube. There's a lot of personal stuff going down. So if you're really intent upon that, come over to Patreon. It's $1 a month, and it lets you kind of get all the particular details of the behind-the-scenes stuff that I don't necessarily need out there to all the weird people on YouTube. So, but anyway, guys, thank you all very much for hanging in there. I'm looking forward to the next year, even if the black iron thing doesn't happen. I've got a little bit of money put back, and it's going to buy me some time to do some cool things. And I'm trying to actively do some cool things so I don't lose my damn mind. Today I got myself some prizes. Check that out. Oh, that is a replica cast of a Smilodon, a saber-toothed cat. And not only that, now that's like real size. Check that thing out. Check out this one. This is a Megaraptor claw out of Argentina. Again, it's a cast of an original. But I mean, how cool is this, right? Who can't have a good time with this? So I'm trying to do some fun stuff and make things fun again, because it's gotten to be a bit of a drag. And it's translated through the videos. It's the grind is tough, man. But if I'm not having fun with this, why the hell am I doing it? And I need more claws and bones and cool stuff in my life. So that's what I'm going to try to do. Anyway, so this video's gone on long enough. Thank you guys. I hate the fact that we had 3 good months there. That, I got to film and do awesome stuff, and then the rest of life happens. Mom with her cancer treatments and everything else, and that sucks, because, I hate that I've never been in a position to be like a professional YouTuber. It's just, I got shit to do, right? I've got literally an entire shop to run. And even though these type of videos are important, this is not the crap that we want to, it's not the stuff I want to put out there. I mean, I do this as a courtesy for you guys that have been with me for so long, who, for some unknown reason, give a damn about what happens to me in my world, and I thank you for it. And that's why I do these videos. But look, we all want the good stuff. We all want some steel, some hammering. We want less talking and more working. And I'm working on it. So, but thank you guys for hanging with me. And what I'm really looking forward to, I cannot tell you, for those of you that have been with me for 14 years now, you know, we've been after Black Iron a long time, and I really want to get to the day that I can say that it's a go. So that's where we are. Anyway, that's dumping my purse out there on the internet. You guys be good, be safe, and I will catch you a little bit later. Adios.